How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to Emnix Plays Path of Exile Scourge League. I had a long day, guys. I had a long day. I finished work a while ago. I had dinner, and I was like, man, do I just want to call it a day? I was planning on maybe just watching some TV, just relaxing, sitting at the couch, you know. And then I was like, no, I really want to play Path of Exile. Ever since last episode, which was when we were in Act 8, I've been progressing in like the slowest way possible. I think last time around we were in the Solaris Temple. I did complete everything else. I completed the trials in this area as well, which was, I believe, in the bathhouse. And I completed Act 8. It took me like 3 days. That's how little I've been playing. I've been so tired. It's now 10 o'clock. I was gonna call it a day, but I was like, nah, man, I want to play. Excuse me, I want to drink some water. And I wanted to stream a little, you know? One, because I'm addicted. And two, because I'm trying to farm more content. I'm out of episodes on YouTube. It's Wednesday night. I'm like, oh shit, there's nothing to upload. Hopefully for Thursday, but if I don't make it, this is gonna be for Friday. But yeah, let's try and knock out Act 9 today. We're pretty far into the game now. In the sense that I guess in the campaign, to be fair, it's like what, 2 weeks into the league now. Most people like are well into maps. There are some people who like, it's possible that they're not even playing anymore because they've gotten so far into the game. That's not us though. That's not us. We're taking our sweet time this league. We're playing in probably one of the most casual ways possible. But look at my damage. It's looking really good, right? So what I've done so far, nothing has changed much. Since in itemization wise, not too much has changed. The biggest change is Dream had given me a couple obliteration wands. I believe these things only go for like a chaos on the market. So if you want to try it out, you can pick one up for yourself. I picked up 2 of these, and it doesn't add any damage. You gain 15% of physical as extra chaos damage, which does nothing for a build. I guess it implicitly has spell damage, but that doesn't matter too much. But what it does have is enemies you kill have 20% chance to explode, dealing a quarter of their maximum life as chaos damage. Now that chaos damage possibly gets increased as well if I have extra chaos damage nodes. I don't really. It's mostly a chaos damage multiplier. But yeah, so like for the most part, these guys explode all the time. So I mentioned before, one of the reasons why I wanted to play an occultist is because this corpse explosion is just so satisfying to see. And with these wands, you know, these explosions are just happening more often. So at this point, you know, the gameplay loop has basically become drop a Bane and just watch them pop. Unless we're fighting like rares or unique monsters like boss mobs who have a little bit more HP, in which case it would take me a little bit longer to kill them. But otherwise, yeah, this is pretty much it. Single target, I'm still using Bane, I'm still using Essence Drain to augment my damage. But for clear, it's all Bane. Now you might be wondering, like, hey, you know, Emnix, I have the same sets of items, you know, I have a similar passive tree. How come I'm not doing as much damage as you are? And the reason for that is I am super over leveled. Although I have been playing like very casually, I haven't been progressing, but there are times where like, I'm like, hey man, I just want to play for 10 minutes. So I would go Act 8, maybe I would farm the Harbor Bridge like once or twice, and I would log off. And I did that for the last 3 days. And basically at this point, I'm super over leveled. In terms of the passive tree, what has changed? So since last time I went down here, I picked up 2 mana nodes, and I also picked up the mastery that gave Clarity has increased mana reservation efficiency. So Clarity doesn't cost as much mana anymore. It costs 87 mana, which is very little. In fact, I could probably think about, I am leveling it actually. And now I can afford to have Clarity, Vitality, Malevolence, Grace, and Temporal Rift running, and still have plenty of mana remaining, which is a very good thing. So yeah, that's where we are at right now in terms of auras. I think I'm at a comfortable place. I don't think I'm looking to add more auras or buffs of any sort. At this point, we're just looking for gear. In terms of the passive tree, I think at this point, I just go and look for more HP, more evasion, right? So one of the important nodes that I should probably point out in my passive tree is, in addition to the mana nodes, I also picked up Ghost Dance. So for those of you who don't know how Ghost Dance works, if you're playing an evasion energy shield character, you should probably consider this node. Something's hitting me. And basically the way this node works is you cannot recover energy shield to above your evasion rating, so you gotta have more, you know, evasion than energy shield, which is pretty easy to do. And then every 2 seconds you gain a ghost shroud, so it's kind of like it's almost like a layer of armor. You can think of it like that. When you get hit, you lose a ghost shroud and you lose energy shield equal to 3% of your evasion rating. So we currently have 6,000 evasion. 3% of 6,000 is how much is that? Divided by 100 is 60 times 3 is 180, right? So every time we get hit, we recover 180 energy shield. And probably the goal at this point is we want to get as much evasion gear on us as possible, or possibly evasion slash energy shield gear. And then, you know, we want to play like some sort of hybrid with that. And the more evasion we'll get, and the more energy shield we'll get, the tankier we are. And every time we get hit, we would end up recovering energy shield. So it's like a good way of mitigating more damage, and it ends up being like more effective HP, right? So yeah, we need to find a balance between evasion and energy shield, and possibly in the future we can try going chaos inoculation, which basically sets our HP at 1, but makes it so that we don't take chaos damage. So you're basically entirely reliant on your energy shield. I might think about doing that, or I might just go hybrid, life, energy shield, and evasion. I'm worried that maybe that's sort of spreading ourselves way too thin, but I'm gonna have to see. So yeah, that's the plan. I mean, I think on my passive tree, I'm just gonna start picking up more nodes towards evasion and survivability and stuff. I know there are still like a bunch of really effective nodes. Like I'm trying to find the nodes that give me the most impact at this point, right? Where can I put 3 points that's gonna give me a big boost? You know, like 3 points in intelligence isn't really gonna cut it, right? Like you probably want something more than that. I'm thinking one of the next nodes we pick up is over here, our mastery. 15% increased effect of our auras is pretty strong, given that we have 4 auras on us right now. So that's something I could think about. But yeah, there's a lot of things I could still do on the tree. I think there's a cluster that still has chaos damage over time. I could consider that as well. And we kind of need to remember the fact that at some point, I don't know when, I have no idea when, to be honest, at some point I do want to try and make a switch to Arakali's Fang and try that build out as well. But I don't know, we're gonna have to try it at some point. Okay, when you walk up to the sand wall, you end up getting a quest from Sin. So you would have to return, you know what, let's do it now. Return to town, talk to Sin, and he's gonna give you, I forget what he gives you, but basically it opens up the way to that area.
Cool wind.
Goodbye.
Wait, doesn't it?
Farewell.
Am I missing something? Complete the Stormblade quest to find a way to access the Oasis. Oh, I gotta do the Stormblade quest first? I did not know that's how it worked. Okay, I believe the Stormblade is somewhere down here. I've been playing for so long and I still didn't know how that quest worked. Which is a little bit ridiculous, but whatever. You know, I keep saying that this is one of those games where there's so much content that you're always learning. You know? Like, no matter how long you play, there's always something new. And today I learned something new, which is that I have to do this quest first before I do that one up there. Normally, I guess just always full clear this area, or maybe I run down here all the time. So I end up doing this first anyways, but today I just decided, hey, you know what? Let's try the quest in a different area first. There's just so much going on in this game that, you know, sometimes I just don't remember things, right? Like sometimes I forget, or sometimes like the first time around that I played through it, I didn't experience it the same way. Admittedly, once you play through the game enough times, you know, in terms of the campaign and questing and stuff, you figure it out, right? But in terms of like builds, for example, like you could be playing a lot and there's so many builds out there that you're always trying different things. You know, you're always tweaking things a little bit here and there. So that's one of the things I really like about this game, actually. The fact that like it doesn't really get stale. Not to me, at least. The game changes enough that it doesn't get stale, and even if I've been playing for like a super long time, I come back and there's always like a new change where I'm like, oh, that's interesting, that's new. Never did that, you know, I've never done that before. Masteries as an example, this league. I think Masteries this league is just insane.
Remember,
Bye.
Let's take a wand.
Until next time.
Okay, yeah, here is the Bottle Storm.
Until next time.
Masteries this league is like,
Yes.
it changed the game so much because the things that, you know, you kind of memorized for pathing have now become quite different. Whereas before you were like, okay, I want this specific notable, I'm gonna go towards it specifically. Now you're like, I want this specific mastery, but I can get it from multiple locations, so maybe there are better ways of doing it. You know, as a result of having these masteries, it's actually a little bit easier to maintain more auras now, which I thought was quite interesting. Just because you can target specific auras to be like, okay, I don't want these. Normally, when it comes to like reducing amount of mana it costs for an aura, you can only reduce it by like 10-20%, and that costs a lot of investment. But now you can take masteries that are like 100%, you know, mana reservation efficiency, which is, I think, halves it, which is amazing. You know, you don't need to spend as many points to run like more auras. Jesus, there's so many things around me that I don't even get an opportunity to like run away. Because normally you're clearing something, it's like, you know, you clear everything in this area, you run further up, you clear everything in the next area. But in the Krangleverse, it's like,
now I'm not.
Keep your word.
okay, let's just do that.
Lose your head.
It's like I activate the Krangleverse and I'm just so busy killing everything around me that I don't even get a chance to run like to the next zone, or to like clear the next area, you know? Like I'm just standing here basically and I just keep getting mobbed. Is that a good thing? Probably. That just means like this place is super dense in terms of pack size. That's probably a good thing. Oh, we got a map. I mean, we are starting to get pretty close to Act 10. Reduce physical damage to spells. I'm just trying to like hit as many wands as I can, so hopefully it rerolls into something good. But so far we've been pretty unlucky. Let's try with a shield this time, maybe?
When I'm ready, and not before.
Alright. That is not the way. I should try this Vol area. Kind of want to pick up a Vol Blight. That would be nice. So yeah, you can kind of tell, you know, our damage is pretty good. Basically clearing at a very comfortable clip. No idea what boss killing will be like. You can kind of see, like, the yellow mobs, they take a little bit to take down. But clear is good just because of the explosions. You know, once one of them explodes, everything else starts to kind of go as well. Alright, we got him. We got a 6 socket, that's nice. Impurity of lightning. Well, we don't need these. Oh, what is that? A note in the wind. I actually don't know what that card is. Song of Sakima? Poet's Pen? I need to look it up after I kill these. How much is it worth? 23 chaos. Song of Sakima. What does it give me? Asenath's Mark. Oh, this one. Okay, it's for like bow caster builds. Or like cast on crit builds. Cool. Well, not cast on crit, it's like... It is cast on crit. I don't know, it's like some kind of trigger helmet. I remember there was a league where I actually needed this item. I don't know how I forgot about it. Like there was one league where I needed this Song of Sakima thing pretty bad. And like I would try to buy it off of people on the market, but I think I was playing so late into the league that nobody was trading. Yeah, that was a nightmare. It's like you're late into the league and nobody wants to trade with you anymore because they're on to like newer games or whatever. That's not fun. Wow, I can just, with damage over time, once I notice myself taking down way too much, I just rewind. And then start it all over. That's crazy. Okay, I really dislike this boss fight. I think I've already mentioned this a million times in every series. Like, I don't understand this boss fight. You just have to follow this stupid tail around. And it's like invulnerable. This dude, he's cheating, man. He turned on the cheats. He's just trying to whittle you down. It's not fair. You know, you're trying to hit him, but he's underground. You can't even hit him. And meanwhile, he's like throwing the sand stuff at you. He's slowing me down into quicksand. And there's nothing I can do, man. I guess I can just not step into quicksand. I guess that's what I do, but... My point stands. I can't hit him. I can't kill him. I have to wait till we get all the way here, which takes forever. But yeah, that's why I don't really like this fight. But otherwise, it's not too bad. I mean, it doesn't do a crazy amount of damage, I suppose. It's just really annoying. Oh my god, I'm stuck in this quicksand. Alright, we got him.
Too much clutter.
Rest, my child. Be free from the torments of immortal.
Okay, so that was Shikari. Less duration of poisons on you. Cannot be poisoned while there are at least 3 poisons on you. I don't think I care too much about it. Let's go back.
Warm nights.
Nice, we get a passive point for that. And let's just sell all of this stuff. Ooh, this amulet's pretty good though. Hold on now. Hold on. You can take a you just take one look at that amulet and you know it's good. Okay, does it have an open suffix? It doesn't. Okay, that's fine though. All right, so let's take a look at this thing. It has all the stats that I need. Basically. No, literally. Wow. It actually literally has all the stats I need. So life, right? Like, what are the stats that I need? I need survivability. I need stats just to like level up my gems and my gear because they have these weird requirements. You know, I need strength, I need dexterity. Specifically, I need strength and dexterity because those are the ones I have the least. So the fact that this amulet is plus 23 to strength and dexterity is actually really good. I need life, right? And we roll tier 1 life. Holy cow. Okay. For those of you who don't know, by the way, I don't know, maybe you're really new, you don't understand. This is the first time you played a game or not played a game, played Path of Exile, and you're like, hey, Emnix, how are you able to see like these advanced stats? This is actually like a really good way. If you hold Alt over this item, it would tell you things like, here's the implicit modifier, you know, plus 23 to strength and dexterity. Here is the prefix modifier, you know, it says plus 84 to life, and it can roll between 80 and 89. And basically what this tells us on this amulet is it has 2 prefixes and 3 suffixes, which means we can potentially add 1 more prefix. Now, if you hold Alt over this item and you can't actually see that, the reason is you probably don't have advanced item descriptions turned on. I believe that's what it's called. Show advanced mod descriptions. Yeah, this one. If you check this thing and then you hold Alt over an item, it allows you to enable showing ranges, mod types, and mod tiers on items when viewing reminder text. So, you know, you can hover over this thing. It shows you, you know, the life modifier is tier 1, which means it's the highest tier there is for amulets at least. And it has like a life tag. You know, the spell damage is tier 4. The all resistance is tier 6. The cold resist is 4. And the lightning resistance is tier 3. Those are still good because those are high values in cold resistance and lightning resistance. Now, if you compare this item against... Oh, and if you don't want to look at item description, you can hold Control Alt, and then you can see a basic description instead. So I'm going to open up the basic description, and you can kind of see compared to my current amulet. This new amulet, it has 84 life, so it has 11 more life. It has 10% spell damage, so I'm getting more damage out of this. It has 39% lightning resistance compared to 34. So I'm getting extra 5 lightning resist. I'm getting an extra 34 cold resist and an extra 3% to all resist. Resistances are actually super, super important at this stage of the game. Make sure, you know, I keep reiterating, make sure that you have 75% to all of your resistances. If you ever, you know, sometimes you talk to people and they're like, yeah, like your character eventually is gonna hit a wall and you won't be able to get further. Typically the reason is because you don't have a good balance of offense and defense. Most people put all their points into offense, and then same with their gear. They're like, I'm gonna get all the damage, and they forget about resistances, and they just get one shot. Like by 2 white mobs, they can't get anywhere. So you got to make sure you have a good amount of life and resistances. Like those are the defensive stats that I'm most interested in right now. Later on, I'm going to be looking into like evasion and energy shield and all of that good stuff that we talked about at the beginning of this episode. But wow, this is such a big upgrade, and I actually can add a prefix, which I might do actually right now, just so that I have something.
When I'm ready and not before.
So let's try that. We'll do this, and then the prefix I'll add is... There aren't that many good prefixes. These ones are all for attacks, and I do spell damage. I haven't unlocked that many yet. I'll add mana, I guess. But still, our character's looking really good now in terms of defenses, for sure. Let's deposit all this. Where's June?
Blessings.
Let's unveil this item. So if you see the squiggly text at the end of an item, it means it can be unveiled. In order to unveil it, you need to talk to June. Put this item in. Unveil. It gives you 3 options. These are all pretty good. Let's take Strength and Dex. I think that's the one I'm most interested in. Okay, and once you fully unveil an item, which we just did, that mod then becomes available, I believe, in... What was it? Rings? What was it? Strength and Dex? There, it becomes available in your crafting bench. So you want to try and unveil as many items as you can. It's actually quite important. Where did I want to get my next point? I think it was this mastery. Auras from your skills have 15% increased effect on you. Yeah, that's the one I want. So now, our life regen is 229.3, our mana regen is 54.1. And then our evasion is 7,300. Man, Grace is so good. Holy cow, okay. And then what's our other aura? Malevolence. Okay, so that's just damage. So what's our damage right now? 6,300, almost 6,400 chaos damage per second. All right, that's all pretty good. Wow, we actually got some like good items today, which is funny because this entire time, the last few days since we released the last episode, which was over the weekend, was when I last recorded, till now, I barely got any upgrades. I basically didn't get upgrades, and all of a sudden we start recording and we get this awesome amulet. I'm actually really happy. I don't know if you can tell, I'm actually really happy. This amulet is probably gonna last us for a very long time. Because here's the thing, right? Next act we're gonna fight Katava, and what Katava's gonna do to us is he is going to lower our resistances by 30% permanently. So like right now, I kind of want to build up my character so that I can actually fight him and then go straight into maps without having to be like, okay, now I gotta gear myself up a little bit more because I don't have resistances and I'm gonna die over and over otherwise, right? Like, I like being a beefy boy. So the fact that we're over leveled and now we're starting to get a little bit over geared as well, I'm actually happy with that. So yeah. This, in a sense, you know, like this is actually a super productive day then. You know, there are certain days where I would play and get nothing done. And by that I mean like I got no new upgrades, you know, maybe I was playing really slow, or I played and it got some currency and then proceeded to immediately spend all that currency on like no upgrades. You know, like there are certain days where I get absolutely nothing done. There are certain days where I run a few zones, a few maps. I don't get any item upgrades, but like I get currency, which is fine because it's like, all right, we're gonna work towards a specific item, right? But today is not one of those days. It's neither of those days. You know, we didn't just get a little done. We didn't get nothing done. We got a lot done. Specifically, we got that amulet, and I consider that like really good because I really like playing this game as a way where like the reason why I like playing through the campaign a lot, and a lot of people don't like it, is because I kind of like the item progression in the campaign, where you can easily find upgrades on the ground. You don't need to go out and craft your own upgrades, because later on in maps, often what you end up doing is you're saving up currency to either buy upgrades off of the market, or you're saving up currency to craft your own upgrades. And typically I feel like I'm the kind of player that enjoys crafting my own upgrades as long as it's not too expensive. Once it gets way too expensive, I'm like, no, this is too time consuming. Just maybe I'm gonna go buy it, or maybe I just don't need to upgrade at all, right? But early on, especially in these stages, you can find like pretty good items. You know, especially we're in Act 9, you know, item level 82. Things can roll decently. And like you can still find them on the ground, which is actually quite satisfying because I like picking items off of the ground and identifying them. I know a lot of people just kind of, especially later on when they get super efficient and really fast, they just sort of run through the zone and don't pick up any items and only pick up currency, because I don't, you know, chances of finding a good item off of the ground like is basically zero, and the currency is more important because most of the good stuff is made by crafting. I hear that argument a lot, right? And I mean, part of the reason why all the stuff you find on the ground is garbage is because you don't actually pick up any items. But also, early on, it's easier, but later on, it does get harder to get good items because the range for rolls is just so much higher, right? But we got an upgrade today. And if you can't tell, I'm actually really excited. I actually think I might be talking faster. I'm excited. I'm excited. Find the calendar of fortune. Okay, I know what quest that is.
When I'm ready and not before.
Oh, we got another level too? Holy crap. I feel like it just leveled. Maybe I didn't just level. Maybe I got a passive skill book or something. And I just wasn't paying attention. That's actually much more likely. Okay. So, our next level. I'm on the next level. Okay, we'll take the chaos damage over time multi, and then just for a little bit more damage. And then I'm gonna have to look at the tree to see what I want next. I'm actually not 100% sure. What's my chaos resistance? -21. Okay. That's a little low, but it's actually pretty hard to get chaos resistance. In general, it's hard to get chaos resistance, but as an occultist, it's actually not that bad. As long as we pick up a couple more ascendancies. Okay, what do I want as my next Scourge point? +1 Crucible slot. Seems pretty good. Let's go with that. So I think that means I can... Ooh, what a cool animation! Alright. Alright, okay. Is there maybe... Another shield. We got another shield on the ground. Let's put that in there. Let's start crangling a couple shields and seeing what we get. I hear scourged maps, crangled maps are really good this league. So I kind of want to try it. I think there's a specific upgrade though. That maybe the Dream Furnace that allows us to actually modify a map. Which means that I probably need to level up the crangle machine a little bit more before we get to that. I'm hoping that we get into maps by the end of this week. Normally it doesn't take me 3 weeks to get there, or 2 weeks. But obviously we've been going a little bit slower this league, which is fine.
When I'm ready and not before.
Okay. I might consider crangling those 4-link gloves. Maybe we can roll something decent on those. You never know. You never know. Okay, where are we at? You have the calendar of fortune. Okay. What zone is this? The tunnel. I believe there is a labyrinth here. So I need to keep an eye out. There's an Alva.
Ah, there you are.
Okay.
Ready to revisit the past? Let's go.
All right, we're clearing pretty fast. I'm actually glad. I'm glad that we're still able to clear. You know, definitely always one of the concerns is not having enough damage and being unable to clear Alva incursion zones. But it seems we're doing fine. We're doing fine here. Alrighty. Let's get out.
Good job, Exile.
Might as well go into the Krangleverse here. Okay. Transform this item. We got... Oh, god dang it. +1 to all fire spell skill gems. Would have been so nice if we got +1 to all chaos. I'll leave it in here. Maybe we can transform it a little bit more and get something interesting out of it. If not, that's okay. We got 2 slots now. So we can try, you know, scourging a few more items than usual. Man, +1 chaos gems would have been so nice.
Oops, clumsy me.
Okay. Keep going this way. There's an abyss that I'm chasing as well. I don't know why I activated the crucible, but yeah, I did it. Wow, this is a long abyss. What the heck? There we go. Whew. We didn't even get that much out of it. Okay, whatever. It was good EXP, I guess, and there was a lot of popping, which was very, very satisfying.
Just in time. Ah, there you are. Ready to revisit
Okay,
the past? The more you kill, the more you change my map.
upgrades
And the
all
closer
adjacent
we get
rooms?
to finding
Sure.
the temple in the present. Let's go.
Oh, we want to open. Actually, doesn't matter. There's only one door. Okay. Man, our clear has been so good. This is actually one of the more comfortable leveling experiences I've had.
When I'm
And I feel like part of the reason for that is
Too
because
much
I like
clutter.
invested some like currency pretty early on. You know, like I bought that honor helm, you know, Dream. I didn't invest currency in the sense where that Dream gave us like 2 wands, but the wands don't actually add any damage. Like we already had excuse me. We already had all this damage to begin with. What's this? Fire damage multi. What's with all this fire damage stuff? I need chaos. Okay, that's all right. We got a 6 socket. That's nice. We get some jeweler orbs. Actually, one of the next things I should be looking at would be a 6 link. You know, any 6 link would be pretty nice. Wait, where? Isn't there supposed to be a labyrinth trial in the lab trials PoE? Where's? There's one in the tunnel, right? The tunnel, yeah. Did I miss it? I might have just ran past it somehow. Dude, there's something to be said about these pops, like, they're kind of rhythmic. I'm not saying that it's putting me to sleep, but it's like, I'm entering a state of zen. You know, like when you're meditating? Or like, it's like you just kind of go silent and then, like, I don't know how to describe it. Like when you're entering the state where you're like, you're not thinking about anything, but you know, you're still here, right? Like it's therapeutic. I always say this whenever I play Path of Exile. I'm like, man, Path of Exile is a game that's almost therapeutic in a sense. These pops are really helping actually. All right, where's the lab? It must be down here, and I just missed it. Like, I don't know if you guys are noticing. Maybe you're not. But there are periods where I just go silent. That's like, I'm just resting at this point. I'm like, it's been a long day, you know, of work. And at this point, I'm just trying to, like, relax and play the game. And I feel like there are certain points where I get in such a relaxed state that I forget that I'm recording or streaming or whatever, you know? And I'm just, like, enjoying myself. Just, like, full-on concentrate, like, just completely concentrated on the game itself, not thinking about anything. And then I just go completely quiet. And I'm like, wait a second, I'm still recording. What am I doing? Okay. Okay, so we got this one, and then we only have one more lab left, which is in Act 10, I believe. Alright, let's activate this thing again.
Too much clutter.
Okay. Now we gotta run all the way back. I kind of wish I got that waypoint now. That was kind of silly. I kind of like that currencies are stacking now, by the way. I'm one of those dirty scroll picker-uppers. If I see a scroll on the floor, I'm gonna pick it up. And everyone's like, oh, it's never worth it. Don't pick up the wisdom portal scrolls. Just like sell your transmutes or whatever, right? But now, they're 2 times as worth it. If it wasn't worth it before, maybe it is now. Like 3 portal scrolls. Oh my god. Pog. Dun, 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 dun. Up LeBron. Oh my god, bleeding. Holy crap, that hurts. Alright, let's get the waypoint. There's an abyss. Ah, forget about the abyss. We got more important stuff to do. I kind of want to progress into maps soon. Obviously, it's not going to happen in this episode. It's not going to happen in the next 10 minutes. But at the very least, we can progress through the quest line a little bit more. Maybe we'll even be able to get close to... I don't think we'll be able to complete Act 9 this episode, but we're going to get real close. I think what's going to happen is we're going to kill the boss here. We're going to kill Garukan, Kira, or whatever. And then after that, that only leaves the boss zone, which is probably going to take an extra 10 minutes.
When I'm ready. And
20, maybe? Oh my god, the pack size.
Too much clutter.
You know what's crazy, actually? It doesn't even feel like we're getting hit, right? Like, evasion is actually working out so well for us this league. Normally, evasion does not feel this good. But I guess the changes they've made are actually, like, really good. For those of you who haven't tried it yet, who are always like, you know, evasion characters suck. I mean, they never really sucked, but it always felt like you're getting chunked down all the time, right? Especially if you don't have enough evasion. You get hit and it's just like, wow, I'm like about to die and it's kind of scary. This league, it did not feel like that. This league, it was like, I'm just not getting hit, which is kind of insane. Like, even when he does hit me, it just doesn't do that much damage.
Clutter.
It's insane. Alright, we got this one.
Goodbye.
Be careful.
Okay. Life, chance to avoid being chilled, chance to avoid being frozen, additional fire damage, hinder on hit. Nah.
Take care.
Alright, so next what we want to do is kill Kira. Wherever he is.
Goodbye.
Okay, so this zone is opened up. Now Kira's probably... I don't think it's this way. I guess I'll give it a try. This doesn't feel right. No, it's not right. So then probably
When I'm ready,
this
and
way?
not before.
Man, we're actually just evading so many hits. Like, sometimes we're manually evading. Sometimes we're evading using our actual evasion stat. But it just doesn't feel like I'm getting hit much. 2800 HP, it's not much, but I feel very tanky. Which is super weird. Like, he's actually just not hitting me right now. My Ghost Shroud isn't going down. I'm just manually dodging right now. I don't know. This is really nice, actually. Like, I think I mentioned this a few times already, right? Like, currently, this build just feels super solid. It's very satisfying to play. I'm glad that I ended up picking this build. Alright, I'm gonna tuck myself in this corner here. Get Kira to come. We don't want her in this tornado thingy. There we go.
My love. You were too beautiful for this ugly world. I shall find you in the next. Goodbye.
Okay, Soul of Garukan. Cannot be blinded, cannot be maimed. Man, the Pantheons are so much better this league too, right? I saw this one, Soul of Yugal. 50% chance to reflect hexes. That seems really cool. 50%? Anyway, so we'll continue with what we have. How much time? It's 51 minutes. I don't know. Maybe we can try and complete this act this episode. I didn't really plan on it, but we're just blowing through this act so quickly. Might as well, right?
I will not miss this thing's strangling slumber.
Alright, run. Let's try and speed run it a little bit. Why are we running? Because I kind of have to pee, but I also want to play. Like, this is the problem with being addicted to PoE, right? It's like, I gotta go, but I don't want to go. So I'll just do the next best thing, which is try and get to Act 9 or finish Act 9 as soon as I can. Go. Is this the right way? Maybe this way. Oh no, what's that sound? When I hear that sound, I can't run. Stagnation. A map. Ooh, okay. I'm actually excited to see what the maps are gonna look like, because they changed the atlas, right? So apparently it should be easier for us to like get later into the end game, fighting Cyrus and stuff. So that's kind of nice. Nope, that's the wrong way. Okay. Okay, there's the way. I think that's the last zone, right? I'm pretty sure that's the final zone. Harvest? The rotting core, okay. Is this it? Oh no, there's one more area. What do I want as my next node? I actually don't... Wait, I totally know. I was looking at damage. Okay, good. Let's keep going. Honestly, I was hoping to finish all this at the 1 hour mark. 5 minutes left. I don't know why I'm treating this so seriously, like I'm speed running. Black core. Maybe I can do this in an hour, in the next 5 minutes. I don't know. 3 zones and a boss. Dude.
When I'm ready, and not before.
Our damage is actually super good. Survivability is good. Like, really, I'm ready for maps, I think. My HP isn't great. Honestly, I didn't put that many nodes into health. I actually don't have that much health. But it's still looking really good. Ow. That kind of hurt. Okay, well, we got him. Next. The fact that I can just kill them and recover all this HP is also super good. You know, that's another way where we just have so much survivability. I think we recover like 2% of life and 2% of energy shield every time we kill something. Like, this build is really good to just clear content. Maybe not necessarily for bosses and stuff. For bosses, you just drop Bane and run around circles, and however long it takes to kill a boss, you know, that's however long it takes. But, you know, nonetheless, in terms of clearing, this build is great. It's so satisfying to play too, like all these pops. I hope for those of you, I know I heard some, I've seen some comments in my YouTube videos now where it's like, I'm trying out Bane as well. Actually, there are a lot of people this league trying out Bane. Let me know how it goes. Let me know if you're having the same experience. I'm assuming there are a few of you, many of you in fact, that are probably like much further into the game than I am. So I'm just interested to hear, you know, how are you guys doing with your characters? Are you enjoying it? Did you play it as a league starter? Maybe at this point you've sort of moved on from this character. But I'm having like a super smooth experience. I wonder if you guys are as well. All right, we got another one.
Much clutter.
All right, last one. Let's see. 57, 2 minutes left. Okay. We got 2 minutes left. Oh my god. I got surrounded there. I should have popped my temporal rift. I don't know why I didn't press it.
And not before.
That slowed us down a little bit, right? If I didn't die, I think I could have done this in under an hour. But I keep, you know, crangling. I keep entering the Krangleverse, and that slows me down too. All right, well, it's not gonna be 1 hour, I think. But I mean, the boss is about to die very soon. I'm excited. Took us an hour and a bit, and we're gonna be in Act 10, so one more act, and then we're gonna get into maps. Which is, and everyone knows, right? Or not, maybe not everyone knows, but you know the meme. The meme is the real end game starts when we get into maps. So I'm excited. You know, once we finish
Too much clutter.
the next act, not this act, but the next act, we're gonna be entering the end game, where we're gonna be trying to gather, you know, all of our end game gear and trying to like just min-max our build. Alright. So like I said about our boss killing abilities, really, you drop Bane, throw an Essence Drain, and that's about it, you know? There's not much else to it. It is like a little bit of a slower bossing experience, but I feel like it's quite safe as well. You know, he's just slowly taking damage. I guess if I feel, you know, extra spicy, I can get close and use Blight, which does a lot of damage. It stacks up. Like, look at it. He's almost dead. He's basically dead. Yep, we got him. We got him in 1 hour and 41 seconds. Yo, actually, if we did not die, if we didn't die to that, oh shoot, the Blood Crucible, the Krangleverse, we would have been able to do it sub 1 hour. But either way, I'm having a lot of fun. I hope you guys are enjoying this as well. Whether, you know, if you're enjoying this league, or if you're just enjoying these episodes. I hope you are. That's the end of this episode, though. Again, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, as always, you can leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more updates in the future. Otherwise, keep in touch, guys. And I'll see you guys in Act 10. Bye-bye.